Hi guys, welcome back for yet another update on our favorite reality personalities. In this video, I will be giving an update on the couples that were on the Ultimatum South Africa. Still cannot believe that Netflix actually left us hanging like that. But Kesana, whatever's holding them up, they need to hurry up and deliver us more seasons. So when I was browsing on Instagram just to see what they've been up to, I did see Ugutu, Isaac and Ruth didn't recover, at least not on Instagram, from what transpired on the show. If we remember, Ruth was the one who gave Isaac the ultimatum, and I guess she was just fed up with her situation and she ended up sleeping with her trial partner Unola. If you guys remember, guys, I don't care what anyone says, I do think Ruth regrets sleeping with Unola. But ke sana just ukuthi nje abe nesidima nje amele lento eyenzile, she had to say that she didn't regret it. But nje mina I could see ukuthi nje because Unola is like the last guy you want to cheat with. Guys nje nyamazi-ke nanunola ukuthi unjani, but ke sana I don't think she really thought about what she was doing and the implications of that. And in my eyes, it really did make me look at her differently. She acted, at first she acted like she, knew her worth, she knew what she deserved. But Kesana, her actions just told me otherwise. But I'm glad that at the end she did prove Guti. She knows what she wants and Isaac is not the one. On the Instagram, however, you can see Njoguti, it's about themselves. There's no trace of either one of them on each other's pages. Yabona nje page la Isaac Uguti, it's all about him and his business and his brand. If we look at Ruth's Instagram page as well, it's just all about her enjoying her life, just chasing the bag. As you can see, Ngati, she's a brand ambassador for Portia M, which is a very popular skincare brand in South Africa. So you can see what Gelly is just all about her money and her skin and everything. So I wish them all the best. I hope both of them have found whatever they're looking for, and I hope they keep it off social media because guys, after what they've been through, I wouldn't be surprised if they do not want to share anything about what they are up to personally. So guys, I just hope they are both happy and they've found their happiness and they are at peace. And then guys, on to the next couple, we had Usizakele and Ulindile. And guys, if we remember, Ulindile was the one who gave Usiza the ultimatum after dating for a short period of time. I think it was 6 months or so. I remember thinking that it was a red flag on the side of a guy to just be like, you know what, I want to marry you now. But now looking back, I understand ukuthi Ulindile really knew ukuthi this is the woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with, unlike some other guys Kesana that are gonna just waste our time. Kathi-ke asikho lapho, but my point is ukuthi Ulindile as a man knew what he wanted, and shuthi bringing Usizakele onto their experiments, he wanted her to see as well ukuthi he is the man for her, yabo. And I think ukuthi this is one couple that really went deep into the experiments. If we remember, Usizakele was partnered with Unkateko, who had his own drama on the side, and Ulindile was partnered with Utabi, who really showed ukuthi, you know what, I am here, like I want you, ngiyakubatla. Guys, they went through so much as a couple on the show, and it only made sense for them to be married by now, because guys, they did choose one another at the end of the show. So looking at the Instagram pages, you can still see they are together and they're going strong. You can see on Suza's page her stunning pictures, just enjoying life and also enjoying her partner, pictures of herself and her man. There's also a picture of her wearing a ring, and I'm guessing an engagement ring. She showed us her stunning ring on her story that she posted, and I have some screenshots here, just shutting out the beauty spa or salon where she did her nails, lashes and toes. Guys, she looks absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, guys, like I thought by now they'd be married, maybe expecting. But as we all know, it's like in African culture, before it actually gets to that point where they get married. So I do hope that they get there, and so I wish them all the best. Just my ultimatum babies bagithi. Yabona nje ulindile would be stupid to let go of usizakele, guys. Like, to be honest, like any man would be lucky to have her. So uguy needs to be on his toes all the time, just making sure his woman is satisfied. As sibona nje Instagram guy, he's just all about his fitness, his modeling and his woman. So I hope there is no shady behavior, because he is a good looking guy, but I hope he knows what he has and he's not chasing what's out there. So as long as share lap, I think they'll be fine, they'll be good. Shame. And then another couple that we had on the show was Courtney and Aiden. Guys, like I really did try searching for their Instagram pages but couldn't find either one of them. It's either they are really not on social media like that, or they're just hard to find and they just want to keep things private. If any of you guys know whether they are still together or not, you are welcome to share that with us. They didn't really give us anything interesting to talk about on the show. At some point, I was really asking myself why they entered the show in the first place, because they really felt like out of place, kancane. They weren't really comfortable with participating fully in the experiment. Like, it didn't make sense to me. If you guys remember, Courtney was partnered up with Genesis, who is Tabi's real partner, and Aiden was coupled up with Ulebo, who is Nola's real partner. So both of Genesis and Lebo didn't really get into the experiment that much, because it did really feel like Courtney and Aiden were holding back so much. And even Genesis at some point did mention Uguti Courtney robbed him of his experience on the show. But guys, Genesis really did try to make Courtney feel comfortable with everything, but at the end Ugelinje was just not for it, and she was pretty set on choosing Aiden. So what we do know, at the end they did choose each other and they were engaged, but we don't know if they are married or not. But I still do think that Courtney is selling herself short in the relationship, because if you guys remember, the whole thing was that Courtney was the one who was carrying the whole relationship financially, and Aiden was not, pulling his weight as he should as a man. So it really felt like Courtney was the one who wore the pants in the relationship. So at the end, I really do hope that Courtney has set practical timelines and goals for Aiden, so that she doesn't find herself settling at the end and resenting him long term, just because she has invested so much into this man, but come to find out that he cannot really deliver. I do hope Aiden has kept his promises and actually stepped up. I hope wherever they are happy and living their best life. So you guys, this next couple really stressed me out on the show. From the start, you could tell that Lebo was the serious one and the committed one, while Unola was the playful, flirtatious, and the one who was struggling to commit in the relationship. It was just so cringe watching Ulebo hang on to this man after she finds out that Nola cheated on her with Urut just weeks into the experiment. And what's worse is that she didn't hear it from him, she heard it from Urut herself. And I honestly believe that if Ruth hadn't confessed to sleeping with Unola, Nola would have never said a word. But Kesana, I was relieved that Lebo had mustered the strength to break things off with him at the reunion. But Kesana, in situations that are toxic like this, we can never trust anything, because now, browsing through Nola's Instagram page, it does appear as though they are back together. If you guys remember, Nola was really devastated when Lebo broke up with him, and I really think that it threw him off because he never thought that she would actually go through with it and break things off with him. But now I guess he actually won her back somehow. On his feed, there's a pic of him and Lebo. It's dated 17th of August of this year, so it's quite recent. He captioned it by saying, "My person says hello." Yeah, you guys, after I saw that pic, I just didn't bother to search for Lebo's page, because at this point I just do not care. Like, girl, stand up. But Kesana, anyway, that post Jay was just his way of telling everyone ukuthi the joke is on all of you guys that thought she realized her worth and left me. Well, Kesana, she is here. She is still here with me. I got her back. Yo, that's all I got from that post. But Kesana, it's her life. If she likes it, then I love it. I think that's all we can say until your girl wakes up. Then we'll start caring. We'll start, cheering. But for now, that's all I can say. But the people had a lot to say in the comment section. One person says, "We no longer take her serious." And then another user, Bumble 2023, is quoting Ruth, who said, "Not once, not twice, not thrice, but lots of times," and adds by saying, "She be running and coming back." Another user commented, "Every time I see you two, I always remember what Ruth said." Yo guys, people keep dragging them. It's giving clown energy. I wonder how is Isaac feeling after seeing this pic with that caption. And then another user says, "Your person deceived us." So I'm guessing they are talking about when Lebo broke up with him on that episode, and then now she's back with him. So it really does not make sense. As you can see, guys, this couple has not received any support whatsoever. I think Nola has to work really hard to win people back. Not that he ever had us, but Kesana Nje, he needs to work to prove ukuthi he is committed to this woman, because I am just not buying it. Shame, like Lebo deserves so much better than this man. But anyway, let's move on to our next couple, which was Unkateko and Ukanya. If there's one person that can out-villain Unola, it is definitely Kanya, okay? Girl clearly went on that show to cause chaos, because she was clearly not getting what she wanted from her man, so she was just an angry girl. Girl really wanted that ring, if you guys remember, but you do have to wonder what really made her angry and be like, yo, if there's one thing I know, it's that men are so good at making you look crazy. But in that situation, it seemed like Kanya was extremely jealous of the partnership between Usizakele and Unkanteko. I think she felt really threatened because Usizakele is literally the opposite of her, and yet her man was ready to risk it all. At the end of the day, we don't know the promises that he made to her, but she didn't have to snap like that. and turn around and get pregnant for that man before she got the ring that she wanted. Nkateko appeared to be a very capable man. He was just not ready to get married to her. But Kesana, he was ready for a baby. Hi guys, it just didn't make sense. So at the reunion episode, when they made that announcement that she was expecting a child with Nkateko, I was just so shocked, but not shocked. Like guys, it was just a toxic situation, and for them to just have a child when guy really was not sure whether he wanted to commit to her or not. So at the end of the show, we saw Nkateko decline to propose right then and there, but asked her to give him more time to decide. After the show ended, there were rumors of them being really toxic, and they ended up breaking up while she was pregnant, which really prompted mixed responses from the public. Some people were saying Kanya was the toxic one. Some people criticized Nkateko for getting her pregnant when he was not ready to commit to her long term. My opinion was that they were just both toxic. They were not a good match. She should have waited before having a baby by him if she knew he wasn't a man of his word. And he should have broke things off with her if he knew that he was not going to commit to her long term. Instead of giving her hope, leading her on, and not protecting himself during intercourse. Okay, so browsing through their Instagram pages, you can clearly see that Kanya has moved on. Her page is all about herself, her baby, her traveling, and just enjoying life in general. She is a beautiful girl, so she will not have any trouble finding a suitable partner for herself. I just think that she needs to focus on healing, focus on motherhood, and just growing from the experience that she had on the show, and not rush anything. Nkateko, on the other hand, has been vocal about his heartbreak and the lessons he learned from his previous relationship. So he is vocal about being single, looking for love, and the struggles of finding a good woman to build a life with. On his feed, there's a pic of him with a woman, and I guess it was just like a promotion or something, because the caption was not spicy or romantic. But people were quick to find out if this was his new woman. And he responded by saying, "Laugh out loud, no, it's just a photo shoot. I'm still single." There's another post of him sharing a few snaps looking really good. But I don't want to lie, like in these pictures, he doesn't really look happy, he looks sad or depressed, But, in the comment section, a lot of people were giving him lots of love and support. One user commented with hearts, and he responded by saying, "Some experiences are a blessing from God. Let's appreciate the good times when they come our way." Another user commented by reassuring him that he will find the right woman at the end. He responded to that by saying, "Thank you, I'll take my time with this, and one last thing I receive." While another user said, "You're such a beautiful man." And Ukaiwa responded, "Thank you very much for the kind words." But you guys, it's good to see Uguti. He is receiving the support, and I don't think he's gonna have any problem finding a good woman. He just needs to take his time and also work on himself emotionally, because I do feel like he appears, stable and everything, but when it comes to relationships, I don't think he has good taste in women so far. He needs to work on that. But anyway, I do know that he will find the woman for him. It does feel like he's been through so much. There's a post where he says, "When you start wondering if you'll ever find a woman. On the caption he wrote, "A friend once told me, gone are those days. That those days are long past. That what is being described was true once, but is no longer true. But I still believe this type of woman exists." Yo guys, yabo nje umuntu ozophendula nje i-motivational speaker, it does say a lot ukuthi he came out of a really toxic situation. So hopefully kuzokhanya nje, because guys kuningi, and people under that post were giving him advice, suggestions, motivations, support, even offering themselves. But there was one comment where that person was trying to be spicy or messy, I don't know, but Caesar is not the right woman for uKanteko. uKanteko nje, I don't know what's his issue ngempela, but i-type yakhe ngathi nje uthanda your slay queens, those kind of ladies that are high maintenance. And to say that, to me, as much as she's into like your beauty and everything, she does seem like a girl like too demanding. You just do for her because you want to do for her, not because she's demanding that. That's all from this couple. And then last but not least is our couple, Utabi no Genesis. This couple was one of my favorites. I don't lie, shame. I feel like they look good together. They have all the makings of a good relationship. But Esana, there was clearly a barrier or barriers that were hindering them from moving to another level, which is marriage, the highest form of commitment in my opinion. They had been dating for a while. I think it was 6 or 7 years or more than that. Wabona-ke ugele ukuthi no man, this guy is moving slow. So she brought him onto the show hoping for marriage or a strong promise of marriage with set timelines. While Genesis didn't get to fully experience this trial marriage that he was in with Courtney, Tabi, on the other hand, was making sure to enjoy on her side, and it definitely helped to get Ulindile, because he was the one who gave Usiza the ultimatum, and he was the one who wanted marriage in his relationship. So I do think she was either yearning for things in her own relationship and too scared to ask for them, or she has been vocal about how she wants to receive love, but Genesis doesn't listen and is too comfortable in his ways. At the end of the show, Genesis proposed and promised to send a letter of intention to marry to Tabi's family. And then we saw after the show ended, they appeared on a podcast on YouTube all about marriage and family, and the host did notice that Tabi didn't have on her engagement ring, and she explained that a lot needs to happen in African culture before a woman can actually wear her engagement ring in public. Genesis also explained that he wants to do it right, and that their own focus right now was to build their own house for themselves and their family, which I think is a good thing. So I just hope that in him doing that, he doesn't forget to do the little things, because it's the little things, the seemingly little things that Lindile did that almost made Tabi change her mind about the whole relationship and actually just make her just want to risk everything. If you have not watched this show, please do. It's on Netflix, guys. Like you zoibonela now, you could see Tabi was loving the attention, the passion, and the confidence that Lindile was offering to her. At some point, I noticed that Utabi was starting to step over some boundaries when it came to Caesar and Lindile's relationship. So that told me a lot. It really did say Uguti, she was honestly lacking things in her own relationship with Genesis, and Lindile showed her what love could be like with him, or what is out there in general. Okay, so browsing through their Instagram pages, it is clear as a day that they are still together and going strong. Genesis, he posts a lot about his woman, his friends, having a good time, and just, his music I see there. So Nje, it's good to see. It's good to see. And then Utabi, on the other hand, is all about spending time with her man, her friends, work, events, and trying new restaurants. I did notice that she has a picture of herself and also a story where she posted she's not wearing any ring, you know, and I'd like to hope that marriage is still on the cards for them, because then it would just tell me that the guy really does not care, that he doesn't get Uguti, he has a gem on his hand, like he didn't get a wake-up call on the show. Like no guy, like Utabi can bag any man that she wants. She's outgoing, she's career driven, she's beautiful, a happy soul, and she's quite capable of commitment. So hopefully he knows that. I believe in their love and do wish them the very best. Okay, you guys, we've come to the end of my update. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.